The Mill on the Floss, book number 2, school time, chapter number 1, Tom's first half. At King's Slaughter, the house of Mr. Stilling, Tom is miserable. He had enjoyed playing with the other boys at his old school, but under the care of Mistress Stilling, he has no other schoolmates. The schooling is also now much more difficult as it requires the study of Latin when Tom really preferred working at Dorlcote Mill. Rev. Stirling is an ambitious man who hopes to rise in the ranks of the church. He spends much more than he earns in order to maintain himself and Mrs. Stilling in great style. He hopes to find more pupils to increase his income. So he wants Tom to progress quickly in his studies to attract other students. Tom does not understand Mr. Selling's jokes, like a pun on the Latin word for roast beef, which make him feel silly. Mr. Tulliver and Mrs. Tulliver were pleased with the Stillings when they brought Tom to King's Lawton, but it soon becomes apparent that Tom is entirely unsuited for Mr. Stilling's brand of education. Tom has no talent for Latin and little understanding of who the Romans were, and Mr. Stilling considers Tom very dull for his failure to remember his conjugations. Tom wishes he could please his tutor and prays at night to remember my Latin. Because the Stillings don't want to pay for a Saki nurse, they use Tom to watch them oldest child Laura. Tom plays with the little girl but longs for a friend closer to his own age. He is pleased when Maggie arrives for a 2 week visit, promising to help him learn his geometry and Latin. Maggie and Tom visit Mr. Stilling's study, where he shows her his textbooks. The unfamiliar works fascinate Maggie, and she asks Mrs. Stilling if she can learn Euclid as well. Although Tom protests that girls can't learn geometry, Mr. Stilling responds that he thinks girls are quick but shallow. Tom admits that Maggie's wish really did help him improve at his lessons. He counts the day eagerly until Christmas vacation, when he can go home. The narrator points out that the places where a person grows up have a powerful emotional appeal simply because they are familiar, not necessarily because they are superior.